What's up, everyone? Aaron Negler here with Cheesehead TV, coming to you live across from Lambeau Field, where the sun has peeked out and is playing havoc with everything I'm trying to do here. But did want to talk to you guys a little bit. Apologize for being vertical on you. Everything's going haywire here for me, technically, but Packers are 8-2. They come out of the first stretch of their season extremely healthy, which is probably the biggest thing they got going for them, actually. All wasn't always pretty, but they got the big W. Matt LaFleur just spoke, just talked to one or two people in the locker room. It was pretty much a ghost town, but hello to everybody in the comments section. What's wrong with Lambeau Field slipping and sliding and slipping? Well, you guys got to wear those long cleats. They want to get faster. They want to do all sorts of fun stuff with their speed, but nobody wants to wear the long cleats, which is too bad. Kenny Clark had a game. Yes, he did. My goodness, he shut up a lot of people last night, both against the run and especially rushing the quarterback. He had his way with the Carolina front. He's a bad man, and I love it. Kevin King had a great game. Thomas, it's funny. I'm glad to see him getting recognition. I understand why some others are kind of frustrated with his play at times. But yeah, I thought he had a really solid game. There were a couple of completions he gave up that you would have liked to see, maybe a little bit more physical effort at the line of scrimmage, etc. But yeah, for the most part, I thought he acquitted himself quite admirably. Gilbert, thank you so much for the super chat. AJ for MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. Well, I think he's got a shot at Offensive Player of the Year along with Christian McCaffrey. Problem is McCaffrey gets a lot more chances, a lot more looks. Obviously, he's not splitting carries with somebody like Jamal Williams, so I think that will hurt Aaron Jones' chances in both of those regards. Why was Aaron Jones not on the field a lot in the second quarter? Because Jamal Williams was. And they really like Jamal Williams because he's a really good player, too. Good old-fashioned Green Bay winter weather looks like it will serve this team well. Thoughts? Andrew, it's always nice to have a running game when the weather comes along. And you don't have to be reliant on throwing 45 times a game. It's pretty amazing what can happen. But I agree with you. This team definitely seems built for it. Can you confirm Jair Alexander is taking a jugs machine home? I did ask Coach about that. I mean, there's a number of times this year that Jair has been in position to make a game-changing play and just hasn't been able to finish. But I think, those plays will come eventually. He's proven that he gets in position and he's there to make the play. He's just got to close. Greg, thank you for the super chat. Love seeing Graham getting a couple of catches. I mean, I loved him in the running game. He did some really nice work in the running game, blocking not only outside linebackers, but defensive ends. Graham gets a lot of grief for some good reasons, but you got to give him props for the effort he puts in to improve as a blocker. Can't wait to see Jones on Clubhouse tonight. Yeah, and I saw Gilbert Brown's going to be on Clubhouse. I'm going to be in the house for that. Let's see the Gravedigger. You did want to talk about it last night. How about now, the sequence at the end of the first half? My thing was, how do you spend what felt like forever coming up with a play and then you call that play? Now, LaFleur, to his credit, said he hates the play call now and wish he'd come up with something else. But how do you have like 3 or 4 people on headset? You've got Aaron Rodgers there, whoever else is chiming in, and you come out and go, yeah, we're going to run inside zone. And what's funny is he said they hadn't prepared to run that play in that scenario, in that situation. How do you not call your best play? Yeah. I hated everything about it. I loved the decision to go for it. I get the aggressiveness. I would have kicked the field goal. That's just me because I'm a scaredy cat. I want the points. You're going to get the ball at the end of the beginning of the second half. I would have been fine with them kicking the field goal. But he wanted to be aggressive. He wanted to send a message. I love that aspect of it. But daddy, did I hate the play call. And I hate how long it took to arrive at that call. Why do we always seemingly follow up a big play on offense with a delayed game penalty? I asked LaFleur about that just a little bit ago, and he mentioned that it's something they need to look at. He said it's really chaotic when they're doing so much substituting. The substitution patterns aren't great. They're not efficient. That is something they're going to look at over the bye week because it has bitten them a number of times. First-year head coach learning on the job. I loved going for it too. Yeah, Dusty, that's certainly an aspect of it. It's the first time for LaFleur to do most of this, so there's going to be some trial and error, no doubt about it. Lazard stepping up big time. Yeah, he had a couple of really nice catches. I think you're going to see, I think this is the rotation that we saw last night that we're going to see a lot of the time going forward. Lazard is pretty much going to be entrenched as wide receiver number 2, I think, going forward. I think if Aaron Rodgers doesn't do a hard count, they make it. Demetral, thank you so much for the super chat. Troy Aikman mentioned that on the broadcast. It certainly didn't help. But, hard count or no hard count, you gotta execute. And they certainly didn't. What do we need to do to beat the 49ers? Oh, that's a good question. Hold on to the ball, create a turnover, and it'll shorten the game. Run the ball. Because little Bosa is coming, and we saw how big Bosa wrecked this team. See, this is what I'm talking about. So have you talked about Kevin King's performance yet? He seemed to be giving up receptions left and right. And now earlier we had someone saying that he had a really good game. And I do think he had a good game, but he did give up some unfortunate receptions rather easily. I think the footing was a big problem on the outside. You saw a couple of times where he couldn't really drive on the ball. He got beat off the line once or twice. That's not something you want to see from him. But for the most part, I did think he had a solid performance. He's got to lock up guys at the line a little bit better, a little more consistently. What did you see from Gary? Nicholas, he didn't play a whole lot. He did seem to get nicked up there on a running play in the first quarter. And I think that kind of hindered him throughout the night. But, when Smith and Smith are getting to the quarterback like they are, he's just not going to play a lot. It's a good situation. He's a young guy getting to learn behind two guys that are getting paid a lot of money, and they are producing. You get to learn how to play that position, learn to be a pro, and hopefully utilize him a little bit more down the stretch. Preston Smith was dominant. I agree. Less hard count, more hyper tempo, please. I'd be down for that. 69 had a rough game. Do you think he turns it around at some point this season? I hope the bye week gives him a reset because he has had an up and down kind of first half of the season. But here's my theory. I think this is where it's at, and I can't believe I didn't think of this until today when I was driving up here. Clearly, he's been All-Pro 3 times, right? But he's never been named to a Pro Bowl. He's gone as an alternate, but never been named to a Pro Bowl. So he's clearly decided that he needs to play a little less well. He needs to be a little bit more inconsistent and get in on name recognition as a first-time, voted in member of the Pro Bowl. I don't know why I didn't see it before. I am obviously joking about all that. He just needs to play better and more consistent. We're looking for MVS. I called the cops. Well, he's been playing through an injury, and you can't have everything, right? If you're going to be throwing it to, Lazard and Kumaro like they were, who were doing well, and Graham has some big catches, yeah, MVS isn't going to get anything. And he did throw the one deep shot to MVS, but it was well covered. It was double covered, really. So, ebbs and flows. These are the game plans week after week, and eventually MVS will be back in the rotation. Hello from Grand Rapids. What's up, Paul? Has Blake lowered or increased the price for free agents based on his play this season? Oh, Timothy, it won't matter. He is going to get paid, and it's not going to be by Green Bay. If he wants to take a hometown discount, I'm sure they'd love to have him stick around, but there is no way that he's not going to get paid. It doesn't matter. He's so productive, and he's definitely a part of the issue when it comes to defending the run, but it's not going to matter. If you look at the market, look at Quan Alexander, what he got paid by the 49ers last offseason. That's about the payday that Blake is looking at, and he certainly isn't going to get that in Green Bay. Thoughts on Campbell's return? I thought he played really well. Bit of rust, obviously. It's pretty clear he was at fault for one of those wide open crossers, but for the most part, I thought he held up really well. That forced fumble by McCaffrey could have been a huge play in the game, just nobody there to jump on it. But yeah, for the most part, I thought he stepped in and played pretty well for a guy just having his first action since last December. Really encouraging. Quan is better than Blake. So what? Doesn't matter. You guys, it's the market. It's production. His agent is just going to look at the numbers and show them to the teams in free agency. Say, this is the number. And someone will pay it. And I'm not so sure that Quan Alexander is that much better than Blake. Sorry. Quan's not very good either. 87 blocked well. He did. Actually, LaFleur mentioned that they had a number of plays, not a number of plays, they had a couple plays called just for him, and the ball just didn't get to him. But they had some stuff designed for him. He was in there on a couple of the running plays, did well enough that they trusted him in other situations, and they got him out there a little bit more than they had planned. So it's a good debut for Sternberger, no doubt. How can JK get better kicks in the cold? Mike, practice. He's got to practice outside. Any news on Kenny Clark being re-signed? He would be a top priority. Yes, absolutely top priority. They'll get it done eventually. I mean, he is under control for 2 more years with the 5th-year option, so there's no serious urgency, but the more games he puts together like last night, the higher that price tag is going to get. All right, guys, I'll take 1 or 2 more, and then I got to jump. Thoughts on where or if McCarthy coaches in the NFL next year? Hey, maybe New York. If Pat Shurmur gets fired, we'll see. He was up for the Jets job. Maybe just switches and goes to the Giants. We'll have to see. Tight end still killing this defense. Connor, you are not lying. Greg Olsen has not done much this year, and he looked like he had a turn back the clock performance last night. Now, some of those were fantastic throws against some pretty good coverage. Amos in particular, I thought, did pretty well on Olsen as far as being in position. But, you know, the other side gets paid too, and the kid, Allen, made some really nice throws. But, yeah, you're right. It's week after week after week. And only now, in 2 weeks, they have George Kittle. Yikes. Although he has been injured this week, so who knows. Missed my super chat, Nags. Yeah, Michael, sorry, buddy. Let me go back up here real quickly. I'm scrolling, bud. I don't see any super chat. What is that? Michael, do you have to have tickets for Clubhouse Live? Always wanted to go and live in Appleton now. No, Michael, you can just walk right in. Just get there a little early. It does fill up. And especially tonight with Gravedigger there, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people. Clock management at the end of the first half was worse than the play call. We milked too much time as if we were going against Brady. I didn't hate that. I didn't hate it at all. That's textbook. It's classic. Bleed the clock so they have nothing left. I got no problems with that. The Smiths were dominating at the end of the game. Thoughts? They were, but they got to stay on side. They got to hold their water. Z jumped and then Preston lined up. Got off. Come on, guys. But yes, for the most part, I agree. They absolutely were making life miserable for the Panthers up front, no question. Arturo, love TV. Thanks, buddy. We love you too. We're devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. And with that, I'm going to jump. Thanks so much, everybody. Sorry if I couldn't get to your question, but please, I'll be back live at some point tomorrow. I'm in the air in the afternoon, but I'll do another live chat tomorrow night when I land. In the meantime, make sure you're checking out all the latest at Cheesehead TV. Please like, subscribe, hit the share button, whatever you got to do. Tell your friends, Cheesehead TV is in the house for you guys. And if you really like what we do, please consider giving us $5 a month on our Patreon, patreon.com/CheeseheadTV. Check out the website. Tons of great content up off that game. More to come. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Go Pack.